All right, welcome back, everybody, to episode 2. We made it through 1, and we're on to the second.
What is up, guys? You may or may not know, but the whole reason we're doing this whole little mini-pod experiment is because we have a song coming out together on May 17th. It's called What a Friend, and you can pre-save it now, unless you're listening to this in the future, in which case it is probably out, and you could just go listen to it wherever you listen to stuff. And yeah, love you guys. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
It's not a different day.
No.
Let's go be honest. We just went and got changed.
We did.
And so...
Which feels redundant now that you've told everyone that.
But it is the same couch. And I
think the couch is probably going to be a constant.
It is.
In the pod, unless you're not comfortable with us using
No, we can always use my house. It's just, I've gotten busy and stuff. And
sure.
Yeah.
Well, if you're busy, then I'm not going to just sit here and talk to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I could. Yeah.
I do that, though. I live by myself, and I find myself talking to myself more than I talk to anyone else.
Yeah.
Literally, I just insane.
Which that blows my mind because you're never off the phone. So
I'm always on the phone.
Is there any? There's
Love
never
phones.
any silence.
Well, I've decided that like I like to talk to myself. Mm. I know it sounds crazy.
No, I actually get that. I do talk to myself a little bit as well.
You do? Mm-hmm. Do you like actually talk to yourself like
out loud?
Hey, yeah, you do?
I don't. I'm not like hey bro. But do you hey bro?
Well, essentially what I do it happens either very early in the morning.
Okay.
Because when I wake up, there's this thing in my head. I need to like just get up, if that makes sense. Yeah, and so within that kind of vibe, I will often be like, all right, bro, it's time to get up. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting up, dude. That kind of thing. And then, yeah. And then later at night, like if I'm here, because like last night, well, maybe it was last night or the night before. The night before. I went out, I watched a movie, and I got back to my apartment. I opened the doors. It's pitch black. And I opened it. I was like, I said, I'm not going to name the name, but you call upon this lady in my apartment and she turns the lights on. But I don't want to say the name because it would trigger her right now, if that makes sense.
Is this a real person?
It's not.
Sorry.
It's not Rexa.
In my mind,
but it's close to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And we don't want to say it.
No. So I have to talk to her.
In my mind, you were still getting out of your car in the car park and you're just yelling into the abyss like.
No. So I walk into my apartment, it's pitch black, but in order to turn the lights on, there's no switches. Sorry. I have to talk to this woman. That is a tech woman.
Yeah, bro.
She's an AI lady.
Yeah,
and she lives inside the speaker over there.
BB Rexa.
Yes, exactly. It rhymes with that, but I can't say her name right now because it could trigger a whole array of things in the room. So, once I do that, I'm confronted with the thought of this feels strange. Like I'm talking to nobody, and then that's when it starts, and I'm here like I'm back in the house. I'm home, and this is what it is. I do stuff like that. And then like...
That feels
bro,
less.
You need to brush your teeth tonight.
You do.
And I say it, though, because I don't like silence.
Right.
And then sometimes I have ADD.
Yeah.
Everyone has ADD. It's a trend. But I actually do. I definitely do. Yeah. And it helps me by like voicing it out loud sometimes, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I talk to myself, but in a, I probably should, I mean, this seems like it's working for you. I maybe should try it more, but
yeah,
I talk to myself in a songwriting capacity, or more it's like I'm talking out loud. So if I'm sitting at a cafe writing, I'm 100% out loud, like singing and like talking.
Yes.
And I do get a lot of looks, but I've got to the point where I'm entirely comfortable with it. Like it doesn't faze me at all because it's part of my process.
I have admired that quality in you. Like you're the type of person. So in public, I don't want to create any uncomfortable situation for anyone else.
Sure.
I will forego any of my own desires in order to not make an environment feel like I don't want any attention on me. So I'll just keep my head down, quiet. I don't want to like engage. You don't have that in you. And I admire that. Like, you're loud at cafes. Like, you know, you bring like the full farm out with you. Like, I meet you at a cafe and you've got like...
The farm is referring to my children.
Yes, he's got 2 children, a dog, 2 cats, Jess. Like, and then there's always like 8 other people with you. Like,
yeah, it's an entourage.
There's an entourage, and it's 7,000 drinks on the table. It's loud. You're like moving things around. The dog's woofing around, woof woof, and then the cats are meowing. You've got kids screaming. It's chaos.
Yeah,
that is the opposite of the life that I have, and maybe even the life that I want.
Yeah, but you want kids.
I want kids. Yeah.
Yeah, so you will at some point.
I want small farm, not full farm.
Yeah.
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 But still, I would be like, I want to be quiet. You know, like I want to just, you know.
Yeah. Good luck.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I know. Yeah. I know. Good luck.
Yeah.
I guess then on that point.
Yeah.
As a guy with the same age.
Yeah.
But your life, in a lot of ways, you're many years ahead of me. You have.
No. In some
on
some
the
ways.
Metrics at which, yes.
In some ways.
Yeah.
I would say in a lot of like mature growing up ways, you're ahead of me.
What do you mean?
In like well, like financially, for example, you're far smarter with you like are smart with money and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I still am a bit.
But what would
chaotic.
you rather, being smart with money, or having a loving wife, loving children, a dog, 2 cats, and 12 people in the house? Is that or like
my first
just knowing how to spend money and not?
I think it's very hard to be smart with money when you're married to Jess.
Yeah. Yeah, your wife does love to spend.
She is. She's a spender. We actually are very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Which was when we did marriage counseling.
Yeah.
We actually aced it on everything.
Okay.
Except for finances. And they were like, you guys are going to struggle because you're too similar.
By the way, don't take any financial advice from us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not financial advisors.
We're certainly not. I think that was pretty clear by the way I've been talking about myself. But do we have to disclaim?
I don't know. I just felt like it felt like the professional thing to do.
No,
I've just heard other people do it.
Well, I think you have to so you don't get sued.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because if you're claiming to be financial advice and somebody takes your advice and
I'm not going to be one to do that.
No, neither.
And this is not a finance pod, although it could be. Okay. All right. Let's reverse back a few steps here. Back to the family thing. Okay. So I do know that like Jess loves things.
Yes.
And the other night I came over to your house, and it felt like I blinked, and all of a sudden Jess has a torch on her head. She just buys random things.
That's what I'm saying.
All the time. And there's always boxes out the front of your house. But it's it's not like expensive things.
No,
it's just things.
Yeah. Yeah, she's making jam paintings at the minute, which I didn't know that was a thing until a couple of weeks ago. And she's really into these jam paintings. She thinks it's good for mental health. And I'm sure it is, actually. Sorry, I didn't mean to be diminishing of her jams.
But I also think there's I think it's just, we can come back to that. It could be just like a way to justify random purchases.
Yeah, maybe. But she's committed. She is doing them every night. And when so she's sitting there jamming, and she was like, well, I can't jam in the dark, but nobody wants the lights on when the movies are playing. Because we normally sit down and watch a TV show or whatever at night.
Yeah, so she bought a head torch.
So I keep turning the light off, and then she keep turning it back on, and her response, so she's bought like a friggin' spelunker, a spelunkering headlamp.
I've never heard that word before.
You haven't?
Spelunker.
I put that in a song. You haven't listened.
What songs you put that on?
Dragons.
Spelunker.
Though the longer you wait to spelunker that cave.
I don't like that word. I don't think it's a good word.
Yeah, it's not a great word, is it?
No.
I mean, it's actually an amazing word, but it's a bit like it's a bit
squishy.
It's a bit ploppy. It is. It's squishy like the couch.
Okay, so you're married, you got kids, you got a whole life, you've got, there's lots going on. I live here by myself, not a lot going on.
I would disagree with that.
Just in the household. Other than myself talking, there's no one else talking.
Yeah, you're talking to BB Rexa.
Exactly. What advice would you have for someone like me?
I don't know if I have advice, because I think say we're talking about like dating. If the question was like, how do I find a wife that wants to buy headlamps?
Yeah. Spelunkers.
A spelunkering wife.
Yeah. Yeah. I want a spelunkering wife.
I think everyone wants a spelunkering wife.
Yeah.
In
that was like, I sound old. We're obviously the same age, but that was different when Jess and I met. Like,
yeah,
the landscape was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just met at a friend's birthday, hit it off.
yeah,
And that obviously can still happen. But I feel like in this day and age, there's like, it's a different world.
yeah,
Like, people are like looking on dating apps to see if like the person that just looked at them in a bar is there and has matched with them. Have you done any of that? Dating apps?
I haven't. But I did speak to a friend this week who does, and he only just started doing it a couple of weeks ago, and he said it was really good. So I don't know. I don't have anything against it. I know a lot of people have met on them and love it. I guess it's just different when you've grown up most of your teens, 20s, and it didn't exist.
Yeah.
And the way that you like get to know people hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
So maybe it
does.
should.
It feels quite like, yeah, that would feel scary to me. It's like jumping in the very much jumping in the deep end of it.
Yeah, it's a new thing. I don't like dating though. Like I don't like going on dates.
Why not?
Honestly,
I feel like that would be so fun.
Nah, I don't know. It is fun. There are obviously but I feel like I prefer to like get to know people in like you met Jess at a birthday party. Like it's a low like then you go on dates. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think going on a blind date is
Sure.
Like that feeling. I like drive in there. I'm like,
it's like good nervous or just.
I'm like, where's BB Rexha at? I went on a date actually one time recently, and
can't wait to hear where this is going.
No, I went on a date, and I was like so nervous. I don't know why. And anyways, I get to this place, and the place that we were going to is really nice, and it's not far from my house.
Okay.
And I get in there, it's like really sick, but it's quite stuck up. Like it's definitely like.
I think I know the place you're talking about.
Yeah, you know the place. Wait, talking to your mic for a second.
Pop.
Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. So the place is sick.
Yeah.
But it's pretty like they look you up and down when you walk in.
Yeah,
it's the whole thing.
That bouncer has never been. I always feel so judged when I see him. Like he's doing us a favor.
I know.
Letting us in there to spend a lot of money.
I know. So that's the vibe. The tone, it's like, you can imagine it's just like everyone's looking amazing. Everyone's looking at you up and down. I hate that vibe. But
that is LA.
That's
which we
LA.
should talk about.
That is LA. We can get there at some point. But anyways, I'm sitting there and I'm there 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I text the girl and I'm like, hey, where are you? Like, are you coming? No response. Anyways, long story short, I left it. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm looking through my phone. And I'm like, oh, it's tomorrow night.
So you got it wrong.
I got it wrong.
I thought she got it wrong.
No, I thought, well, it was a miscommunication.
Okay.
But I did get it wrong.
Oh, wow.
So I was on a date with myself.
With yourself. Which,
yeah.
I mean.
It was a practice date for the next night. But then the next night was, it was fun. It's great. But anyways, I don't love dating that much. I like just getting to know people.
I understand.
But would you swap? Like, do you want to do a day in my shoes?
No, I think the right answer to that is no. And I probably thought too long about it, didn't I?
Do you reckon Jess will actually even get this far in this podcast?
Probably not. What else? When I was in college, there was this young man called, I'll not name names, but he was leaving to go back
give
to...
unnamed so we can refer to him.
You actually know who the person is. Let's say, Joe Smith. I don't know. It's a terrible name.
Joe Smith. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's not terrible.
Joseph
Some
Smith.
people. Joseph Smith is a pretty iconic character in the Mormon religion.
Yeah. Okay, so Joe was leaving the country.
Yeah.
And at this time, I was very financially tight, and he said to me, hey, I'm leaving. He was like, I'd love to sell you my iPhone. He was like, but it's not just any iPhone. This is a magic iPhone. I was like, what do you mean? He said, listen, unlimited text, unlimited data, unlimited everything, no bills, $50. So I used my phone as a hotspot to my laptop, and I downloaded a whole season of 24.
Yeah, perfect.
I get this text. like a month later.
Yeah.
DM. There's just been like this really big bill has come in for it. So I text Alan. I'm like, dude, what's this?
Alan.
Oh, damn. Sorry. I text Joe.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Yeah.
I say, Joseph, I trusted you.
Yeah.
And you told me this was a magic phone.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And there was that I could just do whatever data I wanted, but I downloaded this season of 24, and now there's this ginormous bill.
Yeah.
Has come my way on the back of the data.
Yeah.
And I said, what happened?
It wasn't a magic man.
He said, go dark, bro. And I was like, I can't go dark. There's this massive bill. And he just goes, go dark. And then he went dark on me. Stop replying.
There's something in that. Just going dark, just disappearing for a second.
It's a Bible.
There's a lot of like Instagram things at the moment going around, and like, you know, go dark for 6 months and train every day and eat healthy and come back and no one will recognize you. Like, I don't know if it's good advice, but it is tempting. Like sometimes you ever have those feelings where you're just like, I'm just gonna go dark, disappear.
You've been pretty dark for the last couple of years.
What do you mean?
I think most people.
No, I pop my head out every now and then.
Yeah, you've posted about.
But I don't have a
3 times.
6-pack, dude.
The only place you haven't been dark is Miami.
I've been shining bright over there.
You've been shining bright. Yeah. Would you say that's your home church now?
I attend a different church now here in LA.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
But I do go. I love them. I love Rich and DC. I love that whole.
No, they're
I love
awesome.
them. They're amazing.
I'm just teasing.
No, I know, but I do poke my head out there. I don't go dark in Miami. But the more the idea is like, okay, you try to text me, I'd never reply for 6 months. Like there is this.
You mean dark?
I'm
off the grid.
Yeah, like gone off the grid, gone, disappeared. Where'd Aiden go? And there's like there is like an intrigue to that. Like the idea of coming back and everyone's so excited to see you, but because they haven't seen you for 6 months.
They'd probably be mad. I'd be mad if you just went dark without a warning.
Yeah, but then would your anger trump your excitement to finally see me again?
Well, no, but it would be tied together with it, and I don't think I'd care if you had a 6-pack. It wouldn't be like, well, dude, you're forgiven.
The reason I don't have a 6-pack is because I don't go dark, because I'm out hanging with you eating cheeseburgers all the time, and like. Maybe I do need to just like the only reason I'm like don't have a 6-pack legitimately is because I'm hanging out with you guys all the time, like, and we eat, and that's like
what we do when we hang is we eat. What else?
I've never sworn in my life.
Yeah, neither.
Nah, I've said some naughty words.
I mean, I'm from Ireland.
Yeah.
As are you. Well, you're Irish, Australian, Indian.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why I have to put on an actual Irish accent when I'm...
You actually have an Irish accent.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a mess, isn't it?
I don't know. I like it.
Do you think it's Irish, though?
Yeah, you got an Irish accent.
You know, when I was home last, the guy at the petrol station said, we would call it the garage. The guy at the garage said, how long are you visiting for from America? And I said, just... shoot me now.
You shouldn't be saying that in America.
Well, I wasn't in America. I was in Ireland.
Oh.
And you probably shouldn't be saying that there either.
Yeah.
Ceasefire.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that he didn't.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't be here today.
No, I wouldn't. But isn't that wild? You thought it was American.
I feel like you'd survive a bullet, though.
I think so, too, actually.
I've seen you through some pretty hectic injuries.
You have?
Yeah. Do you like that transition?
I like that transition. I was actually thinking about it there.
You're a strong man.
Look at my scar.
I know.
We used to play soccer.
We did.
Twice a week.
Yep.
And it was so much fun.
That was the best time of our lives.
And we were a lot fitter.
Yeah.
We
were
and I was running so I could be fit to play in the soccer.
Yeah. The thing with Ben, like if I can let you in on Ben, is that like he doesn't have, there's no balance in his life in any way. A good thing, like he's extreme. It's either nothing or 100. And when it came to soccer, when we would play, because I was playing for a while in this little comp that we were doing.
Yeah.
And you joined later.
Well, yeah, I could never come because it was like on a Saturday morning. It was hard to get away from the kids.
Yeah.
And one day, I just said to Jess, "Look, I feel like I need this in my life. I'm just gonna go one time." And she was like, "All right, no worries." And then we had so much fun. And I was like, "All right, sorry, Jess, this is not Saturday mornings."
But Ben came on and it was the most insane. You were running at 700 kilometers an hour, plowing people over. Like, this is just like a local fun game. It wasn't like a real comp. And Ben would be like, I'm going harder than I've ever gone in my life. Anyways, so he was like invincible man, like tackling everyone. You were playing every position, striker, mid, defense, goalie, all of it. And anyways, we get to this one game, and you can tell a story.
I used to play rugby, and I have a lot of overhanging. Like, I have a lot of residual injuries from that. And so I am chasing the ball, and I know I can't run like at my full speed because I'll tear a hamstring. So I don't feel like I was going that hard. Maybe you would have a different perspective. Mm-hmm. I'm chasing this ball.
Nah, you were full Jason Bourne.
And all of a sudden, I, not dissimilar to Jason Bourne, thought I got shot. And I actually initially thought somebody kicked me, like really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so I hit the ground as hard as I've ever hit the ground. And I turn around yelling and swinging, ready to just like destroy someone, whoever just kicked me, because I was just in so much pain. And there was no one there. It's a bit like you in your apartment.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh no, this is bad.
There's an injury. And
I thought I'd broken my leg, but then one of the boys came over and said, "No, dude, you've torn your Achilles."
We loaded you into a van.
Yeah.
And we threw you in the back.
The van had just been backpacking across
the country.
So there was a mattress in the back. So we had this makeshift ambulance just ready to go.
Yeah.
You guys lowered me in like Lazarus.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, we didn't know. Like, I think is like we were all pretty like we knew it was bad. It was really bad, but we didn't know what it was. And we get to the hospital.
So I'm in agony, and I'm in the back of this van, just like, most pain I've ever felt in my entire life.
Yeah.
And Aiden's in the front seat, and he finds his lighting. It's like golden hour. And Aiden finds his light in the front seat, and he's taking selfies, and there's just me in the back, just like dying.
Yeah.
And then we get to the hospital, and he's like, "Come on, dude, let's get a photo." And I was like, "I need to see a doctor, like right now." You're like, "No, it'll be fun. So he puts me in a wheelchair, and he parks me up outside, and we start getting photos outside the hospital. And I am just like, it's funny to me because I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
You were so angry though at the time.
Yeah, because I cannot tell you. The pain was
I can imagine.
And that was right around the time it was kicking in, because I had adrenaline or whatever. Yeah. But sitting in the van for 20 minutes, getting friggin' jumped up and down as we go over speed bumps, spelunkered. That was when I had 30 minutes there of just real pain, and that was right when it was starting.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have the photos.
Yeah.
To prove it.
Well, let's say you're a strong man. You've been through a lot. It's awesome.
Strong man.
I think there's no what else on this one.
No, I think I just started saying it's the great honor of the pod to announce something, but I guess you're gonna have to wait for the next app
to announce.
Excellent.
Thank you guys for listening.